What is up, my YouTube friends? It's been a while. I missed y'all. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Questions from the Truck. This is number 9. So, I'm going to do a couple things here. Do some shout outs, some questions, some shout outs, a little bit of ranting. First, I'm going to rant, okay? All right, you're out rail fanning. This came up today. Well, this morning. A Norfolk Southern crew had somebody out on the tracks and they were rail fanning, but they did not know they were rail fanning. All right? So here's the deal. You're out rail fanning, stay off the tracks, okay? The engineer and the crew of that train don't know what you're doing from a mile out or half a mile out or a quarter mile out. They just see somebody on the tracks or close to the tracks. Stay off of the tracks. Stay off of the gauge. Out of the gauge. Stay out of the gauge. That means don't go on the ballast. You're trespassing, okay? And I hate to be like a safety Sally, right? But here's the deal, okay? The crew doesn't know what you're doing, all right? For all they know, you could be a jumper. You could jump out in front of that train and they could kill you, okay? Think about what that's like to live with. It's the most powerless time in a cruise trip, okay? When they either have to go into emergency or continue on and hit you, okay? So don't be that idiot. That's it. Over. So, thanks for listening to that. Let's get to the questions. So, my first question is from B&HRailroad. Darren over there. Darren wants to know how I started this Questions from the Truck show and what inspired me. Well, what inspired me was all y'all. And your interest in it. So how it started first was I had questions about model railroading for myself for what eventually will be when I do my layout. So I had questions and I did a couple shows from the truck here. And I think it was Wilmer or maybe Sparky or somebody. I can't remember who. Oh, sorry. Dropped you. Wilmer had said something, or Sparky, or maybe Drew Steele, and they commented that they liked it, and then I just threw that out as a question too. If I did a show like this, would anybody be interested? So yeah, that's how it started. I think it's 22 shows later. So thank you all for contributing to the show. So my next question comes from Rick Bailey. Rick wants to know what's up with the mid-train DPUs, or he thought most of them would be end-of-train DPUs. Rick, I know somebody answered that question sort of to you, but that it could be one of the reasons to break off, to have 2 trains in one, and they separate that middle train, but that's really not the case for most of the trains that I know of around here, CSX and Norfolk Southern. So it doesn't matter where that distributive power is, middle, end. I think the middle is just my I can't think of the word. But anyway, what I gather, when they run in the middle, they're long trains. They're 200 car trains over 2 miles long. You're talking 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 foot trains. So think about this. You have a 2 mile long train, you're 20,000 tons. All that, all the load of that train is on the first 2 cars of that train. The first 2 cars of the train is pulling that entire tonnage. So when you're doing grades, descending and ascending grades, there's a lot of pressure on those first 2 cars, and they have a tendency to break knuckles. So what the DPUs do is they help distribute the power, and that is pull the slack out of the train. It keeps the train tight, so it's smoother running. Some of the benefits are that smoother running, better handling, better braking, quicker air response when they're loading the train, or when whatever happens, and it loads. I'm told that I think it loads air 60% faster than if it was a single unit without a DPU. Because think about it, you have 100 cars and then another 100 cars to go. If you had 200 cars straight, it would take a long time to charge that train. So that's why they do it. Better brake handling, better train handling, takes up the slack, helps with, I know it's crazy, but string lining, I don't know, that's another whole topic, but I hope that answered your question, Rick. Thanks for your question. Thank you for your question too, Daryl. So my next thing, I'm going to do a shout out. 2 shout outs. I'm going to do one for Big Daddy. Wilmer did a shout out for him. Now I see that he just hit 50 subscribers, and that's pretty cool. He's an N-scaler. Sorry, cramping up. He's an N-scaler, and hey, go check out his channel. He does, I think he does some rail fanning, and he does some cool N-scale. Encourage him to do more videos, and maybe some longer videos. And my next shout out is Jennifer P. Go check Jennifer P out and encourage her too. She's just starting to rail fan. She does abandoned places, and she lives out in northwestern PA. And her situation is pretty unique because she's out there by, I don't know if it's GE or the old GE plant where they make locomotives, and she sees some cool locomotives, not just for the States, but for other countries. And she did some cool videos. Go check her out. She's only got 120 subs. Let's get both of these channels some more subs. I think you'll enjoy them. And last but not least, I want to thank you guys for your input on my woodworking video that I did. I'll put a link to that, and if you guys didn't see it, watch it and throw in some suggestions. So the display case, I got a lot of display case. It's a good idea. Kits, yeah, I don't know about kits. I'd have to think about it. And the thing is, I think either a kit or a made product is still going to be heavy. So I think it would just be easier to just make it. So let me, I don't want to brag and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have a level of craftsmanship that I expect of myself, and I don't think that I could get that to you in a kit form. So I think it would be easier to just ship it made. That way it meets my standards 100%. So that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. So I wish you all a good week coming up. And be well, be safe, and God bless you and your family. Until the next time. Hey, oh yeah, by the way, you got questions? Ask them below. I'll get you some answers. As always, see it. See it!